In the heart of Wales, where ancient castles stand as sentinels of history and verdant valleys cradle communities, a young girl named Anne Cotton began her journey. It was here, among the echoes of poets and the songs of miners, that Anne's story was woven into being. Born into a world where education was a given right for some and an unattainable dream for others, Anne grew up with an innate sense of fairness and a compassionate heart. Her parents instilled in her the values of kindness and the importance of giving back, a lesson she would carry throughout her life. As a student, Anne excelled. She was curious about the world beyond her village, eager to learn about people and places that were mere names on a map. Yet it wasn't just academic prowess that set her apart, it was her empathy for those less fortunate. A trait that would define her destiny. With every step towards adulthood, Anne's passion for education grew stronger. She believed in its power to transform lives, to break cycles of poverty, to unlock potential. And so, armed with knowledge and an unwavering belief in human rights, she set forth from the comfort of home on a journey that would change not only her life but the lives of millions. In 1991, Anne traveled to Zimbabwe. It was a nation pulsing with potential, yet gripped by challenges that stifled the dreams of its youth, especially its girls. Here, Anne witnessed the stark reality. Countless bright minds denied education simply because they were born female. The disparity struck at her core. Girls their age in Wales had classrooms waiting for them. These girls had chores, early marriages, and closed doors. The injustice was palpable. It hung in the air like a silent storm waiting to burst. But Anne Cotton did not turn away from this brewing tempest. Instead, she stepped into its eye with determination. She listened to stories told in hushed tones by mothers who dreamed of more for their daughters. She observed classrooms where boys outnumbered girls significantly, if girls were present at all. As she returned to Wales, the images and voices of Zimbabwean girls haunted her thoughts. They were not just statistics. They were flesh and blood dreamers whose aspirations were no less vivid than hers had been at their age. It was there, in that space between empathy and action, that CamFed was conceived. A spark ignited within Anne Cotton's heart, a spark that would soon kindle a flame of change across an entire continent. In Zimbabwe, she traveled from village to village, her eyes open, her notebook at hand, documenting everything she saw. She observed young girls fetching water instead of solving equations, tending to siblings rather than studying science. The gender disparity in education was not just a gap. It was a chasm that swallowed potential whole. Poverty was pervasive, and for many families, education was a luxury they could not afford, especially for their daughters. Cultural norms often dictated that if any child were to be educated, it would be the son. But Anne also noticed something else, a fierce desire for learning that burned in the eyes of every girl she met. These girls had dreams as vast as the African sky, but lacked only the means to reach them. Determined to bridge this divide, Anne began advocating for these girls. She met with teachers who shared her concerns and officials who needed convincing. She spoke of potential and empowerment, not charity, but investment in futures that could lift communities out of poverty. The challenges were daunting. Some officials were indifferent. Others questioned the value of educating girls at all. But Anne's resolve did not waver. She knew that change was not only necessary, it was possible. With meticulous research and an unshakable belief in her cause, Anne began laying the groundwork for what would become CAMFED. She envisioned an organization that would not impose solutions, but rather grow them from within communities, a collaborative force for change. One conversation at a time, one proposal after another, and built trust and garnered support. Her passion became contagious, igniting sparks in others who joined her mission. The girls who once faced insurmountable odds are now women shaping the future. They are doctors healing communities, lawyers upholding justice, and teachers nurturing the next generation. Meet Rumbid Zai, once a girl from a small village with big dreams. Today, she's an engineer using her skills to bring clean water to her community. And there's Tendai, who became a health worker fighting against diseases that once ravaged her hometown. But the story doesn't end with individual triumphs. Each graduate becomes part of CAMFED's unique multiplier effect, committing to support more girls just as they were supported. The CAMFED Alumni Network is a testament to this enduring cycle of empowerment. These women are leaders not only in their professions, but also in their dedication to lifting others as they climb. The ripple effects are profound. As more girls are educated, long-standing cultural norms begin to shift. Families that once questioned the value of educating daughters now celebrate their achievements and advocate for education as a fundamental right for all. We witness the remarkable evolution of CAMFED and its profound impact on communities across Africa. These women, once beneficiaries of CAMFED's programs, are now its strongest advocates and leaders. They mentor new generations and create sustainable change within their communities. This network exemplifies the enduring impact of investment in girls' education and encourages to join this vibrant community of change makers. Yet, it is a story of resilience and innovation. Each difficulty is met with creative solutions that reinforce the foundation's strength. Education is presented as a key tool in addressing global issues like poverty and inequality. The call to action is clear. You are invited to be part of this vision through donations, volunteering, or simply by sharing CAMFED's story to forge a brighter future for girls and young women around the world.